So the WNBA's Aja Wilson problem is not going to go away because it has highlighted the hypocrisy amongst players, amongst media, and I'm not even going to say it with fans because these are the type of things that are absolutely crickets.
Aja Wilson is making headlines once again, but only for the wrong reasons. She was recently seen promoting her Nike sneakers at an event, but things took a turn for the worse as Aja did something completely out of line and had the whole WNBA fired up. That's right, guys. Aja was once again seen fanning the flames of racism during her latest event and targeting Caitlin Clark once again. Social media is in utter chaos because of her latest stunt. Stay tuned till the end as I will be showing you what exactly Aja did and why the fans are roasting her like crazy.
Why are they not now saying that Aja Wilson's supposed to control her fans? The Aces fans have been bullying the WNBA Twitter for years.
So what did Aja do exactly?
What did I do?
Go, just go.
What did I?
Well, she was promoting her exclusive Nike sneakers when she linked up with a controversial figure named Michael McManus, nicknamed Dolores, on social media. This person has been trolling WNBA players and making racist remarks toward Caitlin Clark and her fans as well.
Aja Wilson is now caught up in a major controversy. She released her new shoes, her Nike shoes, right, at an event, and one of her close friends that's been a subject of a lot of controversy themselves that has said some things over time that has been pretty offensive to a lot of different people, it seems like, was at this event, okay? And I'm talking about the one that goes by the name of Dolores.
Aja was seen hugging Dolores and having a good time as if she was a close associate. So what's the issue? Well, the problem lies in the fact that Dolores is a known cyberbully and racist who targets people of color and WNBA players online. That's correct. Aja is close friends with a racist bigot who doesn't shy away from disrespecting professional athletes and their fans. Not only that, this person has even been charged with child assault. Many of his victims have called him out on X, and it is pretty ugly. For months, Aja Wilson's close personal friend has been abusing and harassing black women and everyone on here. No one from the WNBA media has asked Aja to speak out, but they publicly interact with this person who was once charged with child assault. That's right, Dolores has been regularly targeting people on social media like a racist troll, and there has been no action or repercussions against him. Do you know why? Because Aja is actively defending this bigot online. Sounds unbelievable? Well, the truth is often bitter, and this time's no different. When a user called out Aja Wilson for her cyberbullying friend, she replied in the worst way possible and continued defending him. Can you believe this? The user wrote on social media, "It's just the double standard for me. You literally best friends with a child abuser, man who trashed your coworkers and wished injuries on others. That's gross. So don't try telling anyone this upcoming season to speak up on anything because you don't practice what you preach." This time around, Aja actually replied to the allegation, but not in the manner that you would expect from a professional athlete. She said, "I'ma say this, and then I'm out, cause my lil yay said don't comment on stupidity. I can't help it. But if I strongly dislike someone or something so bad, I wouldn't spend a pinch of time engaging in it. But that's just me, and I understand we are all different. Okie dokie, I'm done. LOL, be blessed, y'all."
You know, divisiveness online, acting as fans, acting as Fever fans, acting as Caitlin fans. Now, whether or not they like basketball, whether or not, I don't know. But that's the group of people we're talking about. Not all Fever fans, not all new fans, just the ones that are out there pushing this shit. That is what we're talking about.
That's the thing I wanted more people to do. Step out of it and be a player who stood for something and wasn't just falling in a line.
Can you believe this? Not only is Aja friends with a racist cyber bully who harasses women and WNBA players online, but she is actively defending him. I mean, come on, Aja. You are supposed to be a role model, a true MVP, and not some online goon. As a professional athlete who loves to speak out against discrimination, Aja is revealing her true colors as a hypocrite while defending her racist bestie.
Aja Wilson took a personal, she may be one of the most insecure people I've ever come across in my life. And she took this insecurity, she turned it into a league-wide controversy. And now she, hopefully, looks absolutely ridiculous. Petty, childish, all those words.
Asia's true colors are now being revealed as she continues to defend her so-called bestie charged with child assault. And here's where things get interesting. Asia was being too vocal when calling out Caitlin Clark fans on their supposed racism, but now when her best friend gets called out for being a bigot, she's not being vocal now, is she? On the contrary, she's siding with him as if to justify his actions.
So we've got part 175 of the WNBA has an Asia Wilson problem. And we have covered everything from her saying she felt scared playing in Indiana when Indiana have the All-Star game, and then not giving a reason for feeling scared in Indiana, just said, oh, I always just felt like the arena, something was going to pop off. And I'm like, why? Because there's actually fans there.
That's right. Asia apparently insinuated that Indiana Fever fans were too aggressive and racist in their demeanor when she played in their home stadium in Indiana. She said she felt afraid someone could do something bad to her. But now, when her best friend is actually harassing women online, she seems to be enjoying it. Can you believe her hypocrisy?
Is this Q&A that Asia Wilson did with ESPN? I dreaded being in Indiana, not because like the city or nothing. I was just like, I don't want no to pop off. She continued on and said, it's like that feeling of constantly having that guard up, constantly having to just protect yourself and being ready to take the high road. This year we see it more than ever and it sucks, and I just hope it dies down. We're starting to lose the beauty of the game of basketball. That's what I hate the most about it. These folks going crazy. Before I even give you guys my opinion on what Asia says, I have to share with you this meme that I thought was absolutely hilarious. And it's this little girl Fever fan, and she says, can you pass along a message to Asia for me? Tell her to stay out of Indy or it's gonna pop off. Like, I'm sorry.
Imagine having to play in front of thousands of 12-year-old girls in Caitlin Clark t-shirts. You are so stunning and brave, Asia. Well done. But jokes aside, this is pretty hilarious, isn't it? Asia is either terrified of 12-year-olds with their gramps and granny, or she's deliberately trying to discredit Caitlin Clark fans by saying that they are racist and aggressive. And if you ask me, I would probably say the latter, because there's no way that a neighborhood bully like Asia would be afraid of little girls.
Apparently there's a WNBA player named Asia Wilson. Apparently she's pretty good. Caitlin Clark brings it down, goes twice between her legs, step back jack. Asia Wilson doesn't like that. Asia Wilson isn't smart enough to understand that everybody's gonna get fat because of Caitlin Clark. Everybody won't get fat if they keep bringing up the ridiculous, idiotic, and tired old notion of racism. Asia Wilson, who bitch whined and moaned and continues to bitch whine and moan that Caitlin Clark is only popular because she's white, couldn't be more far off.
That's right. Remember when Asia's racist statements against Clark shook the entire WNBA? Asia was pretty upset that a rookie was rattling her up in the court and stealing her spotlight, so she started throwing shade at her by doing the worst possible thing, being racist against a fellow player, and started saying that Clark's only popular because of her skin color.
Hey look, we love Steph Curry as a black man because of how he played. We don't give two craps about Steph Curry or Caitlin Clark being white, black, green, or purple. When in doubt, yell racism, and when in doubt, look stupid doing it. And the latest is this moron named Asia Wilson. I think, talking about racism, it's a huge thing. I think a lot of people may say it's not about black and white, but to me it really is. Well, of course it is to you.
Can you believe this? Asia, the self-titled queen of WNBA and the reigning MVP, was so frustrated by Clark's success that she pulled out the ultimate trump card of racism and started acting like she was the victim. And the worst thing, Asia had been crying about colors more than a kid playing with crayons. That's right, people. During the entire season last year, Asia was caught up in more race drama than one could stomach, and she didn't even apologize for her words.
Asia Wilson decided to hit us with the quote, "It boils my blood when people say it isn't about race because it is," unquote. Yes, she actually came out and said that, and that set the tone, because this was, I believe, April, right? We hadn't even started playing yet. This set the tone for everything you were going to get about the WNBA going forward, because boom, suddenly Caitlin Clark's moment turn into a culture war.
That's right. Asia reportedly said about Clark, and I quote, "It boils my blood to see that it isn't about black or white, because it is." Can you believe this? Because this is completely surreal. I mean, how can a professional athlete be this racist in their speech against a fellow rookie? This is pathetic. But hold on, did you think that Asia is only racist towards Clark because of her jealousy? Then you are in for a surprise, because Asia didn't stop at her opponents. Nope. She even decided to torch her own teammates like Kelsey Plum and taint them with her racist comments.
Us as black women, Paige reminds me a lot of you. Like, you say you're not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at basketball, obviously. But, like, she understands her privilege and, like, pushes her over the top in a sense. It reminds me a lot of you.
Asia told Kelsey that she supposedly had white privilege in the most underhanded way possible. Instead of looking at her basketball skills or her friendly attitude, Asia judged her own teammate by the color of her skin. Because let's be honest, people like Asia don't care about real qualities. They only care about superficial stuff.
You've just been insulted, Kelsey, by your own teammate. Lectured like you're some toddler child by your mom. I've never heard Kelsey Plum go on some conversational tour about the black experience and the privilege that she had. Get out of here. When did she do that? Kelsey Plum is a ball player. The WNBA is a basketball league. It is not the job of professional basketball players to be activists. They're being bullied by vast majority of the league. These women in the WNBA are the definitions of bullies. They're bullies. And Asia Wilson played a bully card right there.
That's correct. Asia was being a bully and a crying victim at the same time. But now she has been conveniently silent about Dolores and his online racism.
An example of why she's not the face of the WNBA. Fans heavily criticize Asia Wilson's links up with controversial friend Michael McManus at Nike launch. And my goodness, social media did not miss on this. During the event, she met up with McManus, who is also known as Dolores on social media. The controversial figure is known for cyberbullying black women.
And this is exactly why Asia isn't the face of the WNBA, because she's extremely unlikable and she loves playing the victim card. She doesn't really care about other people, we have clearly seen that, and she only cries about racism when it suits her agenda.
The fans online shared screenshots of the Instagram stories and posts heavily criticized Asia for having a connection with McManus. One fan used her connection with the controversial figure as a reason to disregard Wilson's fate as the face of the WNBA. This is an example of why she's not a face of the WNBA. Okay, right there.
While Asia is busy playing racist, her opponents at Indiana Fever are leading the way. The latest signing at Clark's team is none other than Sophie Cunningham, who has been turning more heads than a NASCAR rally. And the interesting part, she is selling more t-shirts than Asia Wilson. Crazy, right?
This, by the way, is driving Asia Wilson fans nuts. They're furious that this is happening on the same day.
Asia has been horrible when it comes to selling her merch, and the fact that Sophie is outselling her tees is totally driving her crazy.
Sophie Cunningham has finally arrived in Indiana, and she went straight to work with Coach Keith Porter, and she also expressed that she is ready to win a championship now with her new team. So could Sophie be the Indiana Fever's secret weapon?
That's correct. As soon as Sophie landed in Indiana, she made clear that she's going to be aiming for the championship title, and the rest of the league better watch out. Asia, on the other hand, is crashing out because her merch sales are being outmatched by a new signing.
There's a lot of emotions just because I have been out there for so long. But to be honest, my original thought was like, oh, heck yeah, like we're about to go win a championship. Like that's exactly where my mind went. And like I said, it's all about the people, it's about the culture. I learned a lot out there, but now I'm ready to move on to something bigger, something better, and have a lot of really great players around me to, seriously go win a championship.
Fans are really excited about Sophie's addition to Clark's team, so much so that her merchandise is already going out of stock and crashing online stores. I mean, this is quite unbelievable.
Look at the rest of these. If you want a small, here's the sign. Here it is right here. Sold out. Right there. Oh, okay. Well, let me get a medium. Sold out. Let me get a large. Sold out.
Can you believe this? Sophie hasn't even played a single game for her new team, and the fans are showering love on her as if she's a long-standing veteran of the team.
I can't get a jersey. These jerseys are gone. These jerseys are about sold out. Can't get one. And I was thinking, wow, already just showed up in Indiana, just had her press conference, just got in the gym already. I know she got in the gym with Keith Porter, knocking down shots, working on stuff. The jersey that you just saw her highlighting, got my jersey, finally here. Good luck getting one.
That's correct. Sophie might be new to the team, but her passion isn't. She's already made it clear that she's willing to put in the effort and work her way to the championship, and the fans are just loving it. But the most interesting thing, she's really grateful for Clark and her contribution to the game. And this is exactly why she's getting all the love, because she's unapologetic, honest, and abashed in the face of the truth.
I know you said earlier this month that you'd be the screen carpenter with Caitlin Taylor Swift. That was a joke, but I guess people really took that seriously. Yeah, I love it. What excites you about playing with her this year? I mean, you know, she has changed our game in the best possible way in every way. And so just to be alongside of her and maybe relieve the pressure, being able to shoot and spread the court for her to go do her thing. She wants it. I just think that the relationship piece is huge. And when you're trying to do something great, it takes everybody. And so I want her to go do her thing, and anything she needs from me, I'm going to be here.
She's making it clear that she's down for Clark and her teammates no matter what. That's exactly the spirit Indiana was looking for. And it looks like they have hit the jackpot in Sophie Cunningham.
Again, I think that like just the competitor that I am, I'm fierce, I'm sassy, I stick up for my teammates, stick up for myself, and so sometimes I think that's okay to be feisty and to be yourself, but I'm excited to play in front of the fans. I think that she's drawn a lot of people, not only to Indiana, but to the women's game as a whole, and so just to be a part of something great, just really happy to be here.
While players such as A'ja Wilson continue to throw shade at Caitlin Clark and other fellow athletes, Sophie Cunningham and her squad are bringing fresh positivity and youthful energy to the game. Let's be honest, there was too much drama in the last season of the WNBA, and players like Sophie could be the reason we see a change for the better. So what do you think? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more basketball updates. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one.